All right. Hello, Midas Mighty. This is Harry Litman of Talking Feds, LA Times, and the sort of nerdy circle of Supreme Court watchers. And here's your day two report. Let me cut to the chase. It was a really good day for Ketanji Brown Jackson. And the headline is she is still on a glide path to confirmation. Probably after today, even a little bit more downhill. This is the killer marathon day, the first day of questioning, 22 rounds of a half hour each. They are not even done with it yet, but they are slogging on. And by its nature, most of it is forgettable, but not all of it. And there were some memorable moments today. I think maybe a sort of hour that was the most exciting, you could even say, hard word for Supreme Court confirmation hearings, and definitely effective I've ever seen in my years of following these things. Okay, so the best way to trace today, I think, is through the efforts of her antagonists to try to draw blood. And there are sort of four of them: Cruz, Cotton, Hawley, and Marsha Blackburn still to come. So Senator Cruz tried to be very sort of high-minded and engage her on arcane questions of judicial philosophy. There were actually a few times I thought this was in a very good day for her. Her probably lowest moment, she seemed a little bit off balance once or twice. Nothing serious, but it seemed as if the dynamic was a little bit in Cruz's favor. But she definitely then took it to heart and thought more about it. And so Hawley, as he had previewed yesterday, came out of the box really focused on this child pornography set of cases, which they obviously believe is the best way to make her look bad. It's actually kind of a dubious choice. Her sentences here are absolutely in line with what other judges have done and are doing. And the Sentencing Commission itself says that things are out of whack here because they were originally promulgated for a pre-internet era. And now the numbers of these are out of control, how people get them, etc. But she, made the pushback pretty well and did more of the same then with poor Senator Cotton, who after his half hour, I thought there was just blood on the floor. He tried to both push back on these cases, and it gave her an opportunity to say, as a mother and a person, of course, how much they concern an offender, but able to make the case this is where the law forced her to go. And I thought that Jackson really got her stride here and gave the right answer after right answer as Cotton got increasingly frustrated, saying, look, I apply your policy. This is for you guys. If he asked her again and again, should there be harsher sentences or more sentences? And, rather than playing footsie on that at all, she, in a pretty authoritative judge way, I thought, just took him to school and said, in our system here, it's for Congress to decide. And he got increasingly frustrated. He obviously wasn't even listening to her. And, she actually has challenges. It shouldn't be this way, but for an African-American woman, she's got maybe a more narrow band length to really push back, but she did, and very effectively. And he was followed immediately after was Cotton by Senator Booker, who, as say other senators, Whiteside, and Coons were prepared because they knew they were following, bad guys to sort of basically make her case for her. Booker did it, but in this, very sincere, he was able to bring in the kind of lived experience that she brings to the court that no other nominee has. He focused for a time on her parents who've been married 54 years, on her position as a mother, but also an African-American woman. I just got to think that the lines of the senators were lighting up with support for her. There were some genuine teary-eyed moments. There really were. These are usually contrived set pieces, and this was fresh, real, genuine, and so winning. So I thought that combination of really taking Cotton to school as a judge and then the sort of personal experience with Booker was probably the best hour I've ever seen for a nominee. And I'm thinking that it makes it harder for at least those few senators who are on the cusp to vote against her. So I'm now seeing her to kind of finish up where I started but in sheer, handicapping Vegas terms. I think that she is likely to get what counts as bipartisan support in these troubled times, which is at least one or two Republicans. And I actually see a distinct prospect that she gets 53 or 54. So a really good day for her. The hardest day. Tomorrow will be the last day of questioning. Thursday, they can submit written questions, and then it's time for a vote, first in committee and then on the floor. And the final vote might come as early as next week. So there you have it, Meidas Mighties, my second day report. A good day for Ketanji Brown Jackson. Talk to you tomorrow.